Hey guys, Shido here, back for part 3 of my first impressions of the Winter 2015 season. In part 2, I covered Saikano, How to Raise a Boring Girlfriend, a nicely animated romance comedy harem, essentially about making a visual novel. As long as it continues to not take itself too seriously, it could be a pretty good show. The Idol Master Cinderella Girls is basically another nicely animated idol show, and that's all there is to say about that. Death Parade, a well-animated and interesting mystery psychological thriller where people enter a bar and are forced to participate in a death game where the secrets of how they got there are revealed. I also covered Assassination Classroom, a comedy action show about a high school class trying to kill their teacher, who happens to be a creature capable of blowing up the earth. In part 2, I also made mention of the second season of Tokyo Ghoul. I didn't watch the first season, and so I won't be watching season 2 at this time. To add to that list are Dog Days Season 3, the new season of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, the new Precure Magical Girl show, Kuroko no Basket 3, Tante Opera Milky Holmes, and Shonen Hollywood Holly Stage for 50 are all shows I won't be covering simply because I didn't watch the previous seasons and I don't like to skip things. Now with that out of the way, I start part 3 off with episode 1 of Alba Noah Zero Season 2. It's of course the continuation from the summer 2014 season, and picks right up where we left off. There isn't much to say other than that it's one of the best mecha series in a very long time, and it's very well animated. If you didn't watch Season 1, I doubt you'll jump into Season 2, and you probably shouldn't considering what all happened in Season 1. Other than that, it's a great show, and I'm glad it's back, and I'm sure fans of the first season are as well. Next up is Durara Times 2, the second season of the 2010 show. And like Alba Noah Zero, there isn't really much to say. It's nicely animated, and fans of the series are going to most likely watch it. If you didn't watch the first season, I highly doubt you'll jump in to the second season, and this isn't the type of show where you could pick it up easily without the previous season to know what's going on and who's who and what, etc. That's kind of how it is with a season full of sequels. It doesn't leave as much to talk about. Something I can talk about, however, is episode 1 of the new show called The Rolling Girls. 10 years after the Great Tokyo War, every prefecture in Japan has split into an independent nation. Each nation is ruled by a prophet called Mosa and an army called Mob, as they compete to take over the other nations. 4 girls from the Saitama clan are ordered by their Mosa to travel throughout Japan on their motorcycles to mediate multiple battles between nations. Have you ever had a show or movie you watched and you totally loved it and wasn't sure why? Well, The Rolling Girls is one such show for me. It's probably the best animated show of the season. It's bright, it's colorful, it's very well animated, and it's fun. I enjoyed it. It's another show where the event should be ultra serious, but at least from the first episode, the show itself doesn't seem to take itself too seriously, and you're able to just sit back and relax and enjoy it. The last show of this episode that I watched is Kofuku Graffiti, or Gourmet Girl Graffiti, and as you can now probably guess, it's a cooking show. Ryo Michiko is a girl living alone after her grandmother passes away. Because she is now alone, her cooking no longer tastes good to her. Her cousin ends up staying with her and enjoys her cooking. Basically, it was because Ryo was alone that she didn't enjoy it, but eating with friends and family makes the food taste good. It's Shaft Studio once again with amazing animation, almost too good for a pretty average show. Well, average until they start eating, then it gets almost sensual, like taking a bite out of food becomes a huge turn on or something. I don't know, it's kinda weird. But other than that, it's a beautifully animated but pretty plain show. It's a cooking show, and if you care for cute characters and cooking, then have at it. If it's not your thing, then it's a pass. And that's it for this episode of my first impressions of the Winter 2015 season. I have one more video to go where I cover the remaining shows. Thanks for watching.